Growing vegetables in Arizona, essentially the cutoff for the warm and cool season vegetables is about 3,000 feet elevation. Below 3,000 feet elevation, we have two distinct growing seasons. So in the cool season that lasts from fall to spring, we can plant things in fall and harvest them throughout the winter and into spring. Plants that are growing well during that time are anything in the cabbage family: carrots, garlic, lettuce, onion, leeks, radishes, spinach. And when we're growing these things, it even depends on the elevation that we're at what time we will be planting. So it's important to understand where you're located exactly and understand how that affects the planting date, particularly when you're growing outdoors. When you're growing in a hoop house, you can often plant then either later or earlier in the season, depending on how you would modify the climate. So for example, if you're planning to grow kale at an elevation of 2,000 to 3,000 feet, you can actually plant it later in the season and still grow throughout the winter, as opposed to when you're growing it outside, where it may grow, but it may grow very slowly, and the quality may not quite be as good as in a hoop house. The warm season vegetables, they include beans, cantaloupe, the typical summer vegetables: corn, tomatoes, peppers, squash, and watermelon. Those are usually planted in spring and harvested in summer or fall outside. Some of those can be extended, so the season can be made longer and we can grow plants later into the fall. In the low elevations, it is even possible to grow some of these plants through the winter. But as we get higher in elevation and the temperatures, especially at night, do not stay high enough, then we are not able to grow a good quality crop, but also not the yields that you would be expecting.